everybody. So this morning I had lifeguard training, so I was up around 7 to be at Mickey's Retreat, which is a little pool recreation area about 5 minutes away from where I live, a 5-minute walk from where I live. So I went there for the lifeguard training, and for the first half of the morning, it was kind of the introduction to the lifeguard training we're doing Eric something or other. It's supposed to be better than Red Cross, which is why Disney uses them. So we basically talked about all of that, and after we talked about that, we began learning CPR on adults, so 30 chest compressions, or CPR for adults is 30 to 2, so 30 chest compressions, 2 breaths. So, that was good, and then we had lunch. It went pretty fast. So we actually got an hour for lunch, so I was able to come back to my house for lunch, and I brought back my friend from China, Shuwei, and who also goes by Joey, so if I refer to him as Joey, it's the guy from China, and a girl named Allison, who is from California. And Joey and I had a Mexican pizza by Red Baron, which if you haven't had one of those, they're pretty good. And they're only like $3, so it's worth giving a shot. Yeah, then we went back. We learned more CPR, how to do it on children, and how to do like group CPR. And then we began learning rescues, so how to save people in the water. And then we actually went out into the water to practice those rescues, because it was a really cold day, for Orlando, that is. It was like in the 50s, high 50s. So, I mean, for Orlando people, that's freezing. And I made do. The water was fine. It was like 70. So, oh, and we also had to retake our swim test, which I did well. I came in second again, so I was happy about that. And yeah, and then at the end of lifeguard training, we all just went home. So, I came home, and I tried ordering, or I wanted to order a pizza from Papa John's, but I didn't want to pay for it, like, all on my own. So, I texted around, and my neighbors Sarah and Karen and Heather said that they would go in with me on a pizza, and lucky for me, Papa John's was having a special where if you buy, well, that's still going on, so you should get it too. They're having a special where if you buy one large pizza, you get a second large pizza, one topping pizza for 30 cents. So I got my favorite pizza, which is barbecue chicken pizza, and Sarah and Karen were able to get just a plain cheese pizza, and altogether it wound up costing like $20, and I really like Papa John's, so that was great. And I was ravenous when I got that pizza, and I ate like almost all of it. And so I hung out with Sarah and Karen and Heather for a little while, and we all caught up and talked about our different jobs, and how our roles and how they were going, and any of the difficulties we were facing. So, like, from what we were hearing through the grapevine, Bruce Willis was in Magic Kingdom today. That's coming from Heather, who works as crowd control for Magic Kingdom for like the parades. And Karen works with the princesses, and she had a test today on like where each princess is and when you can meet them and where you can meet them. And Sarah was telling us about how Mission Space went down, and a person with a disability was on the ride when the ride like stopped, and so a person with a disability was like stuck in Mission Space, which like is hovering in the air a few feet, and generally you have to get them down with a ladder. And when you have a person who can't walk, telling them to use a ladder is pretty damn hard. But it all worked out. And so far, I really haven't had any issues because I haven't been working yet. Yeah. So the one thing I will say that is funny, listening to other people like talk about any like concerns they might have or any problems they might have about their jobs, where it may be like, you know, gosh, I think this thing is so boring, or I really just don't want to do this, or blah blah blah. And every lifeguard is treated pretty much like, well, if you don't want to do something, that basically means you might kill someone. So just know that. And when we have that like always lingering over our heads, it's a little ominous and not as cheery, but we know it's our role, and that I'm pretty sure, based on the lifeguards that I've all gotten to meet, we're all pretty dedicated and we're ready to work. So after I was done hanging out with them, went back to my room, and it was like around 9, and I played Age of Empires the Third, which took a total of 22 hours to download. So that was awful, because that game is only 3.5 gigs. At Belmont, would have taken me 5 minutes. That would have been great. But I played that for a little while, and now I'm exhausted and I'm going to go to bed. So I hope all of you are doing well. I hope you all had great days, and I hope I'll see you tomorrow. Okay, bye.